I'm the sales engineer of TDS. I'll be your host today. And once again, welcome back to our TDS webinar. Today, we'll be talking about virus eliminating robots and wireless boot make easy. On behalf of TDS, I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you. Thank you for allocating your time to attend our seminar. Okay, we will have our Q&A sections after the last speaker has spoken. So in case anyone were to forget your questions, you may just type them inside our chat room and we will answer it one by one. And a kind reminder to everyone, okay, kindly switch off your camera mode and mute your mic at all time, okay, in case any unnecessary noise or FaceTime image were to pop up during the webinar. Thank you for your cooperation. So before we begin, I'd like to introduce our new UVC mobile robots, which have the technologies to kill virus and germs. Okay, and when the robot is not operating, you may use the top camera as a temperature reading of the people going into your company. It will alert if any person has detected high in temperature. Okay, we have a short video to show everyone.
UVC is a proven disinfectant against COVID-19 virus. Introducing Youibot, an anti-epidemic robot. Disinfecting your office during after office hours without the need for any human supervision. Scanning temperature of employees during office hours. With 6 UV lamps and a UV power of 180 watts, Youibot does a 360 degrees omnidirectional irradiation. Using shortwave UVC, Youibot is capable of destroying viruses, DNA and RNA in just minutes. Contacts us for more information.
Okay, we will talk more about our UVC HV robots later in our webinar. And for those who are not familiar with our TDS products, I have displayed all brands up here, okay, as we are the authorized distributor for the following brands. If you have any projects that you are unsure which product and specs to choose, just speak to us directly. Okay, and we will guide you slowly to choosing the best product for your applications. And for those who have missed our past webinar, not to worry, just subscribe to our TDS YouTube channel, where we will upload all our past recorded webinars events up there in our YouTube channel. So remember to keep subscribe on our YouTube channel link. Okay. As for our next week webinar, we have invited 2 robotic experts. Okay. Firstly, from ABB Industry Robots to share about industry robots and robot software on how to boost productivities and applications. And up next, we have invited OnRobot to share about their new product. They call it the Eyes. Okay, it's a 2.5D vision camera systems. It works like a normal 2D camera, but with a special functions that allow to detect the height info of the part of the product parts. So do make sure to register when the registration link is ready. Okay, thank you everyone for your attention. Right now, I'd like to invite our first speaker of the day, Hao Guo from Youibot. He will be introducing all Youibot types of AMR products. Okay, in full, we call it autonomous mobile robots. He'll explain the difference between AMR and AGV. Okay, and he'll be sharing about their experience with the UVC virus killing robots that helps a lot during the start of the COVID virus breakouts. So, hi Guo Hao, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Thank you, Max.
Yeah, I'm handing over to you now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. This is my power. Wait a moment, please. Sorry, please wait a moment. I think there's some error. Come on. Please wait me 1 minute. I'm sorry. Yeah. No, it's fine. Hi, I'm ready. I'm sorry. Yeah. Good afternoon, guys. I'm Hao, sales engineer of Youibot. It's my pleasure to take a part of today's webinar and meet all of you here. I want to especially thank the sponsor, TDS, for hosting this interesting event. What I'm going to share in the next 10 minutes is a story of technological innovation. Youibot Robotics, a Chinese startup company specialized in mobile robots. We developed a disinfection robot within just 15 days. I was quickly introduced to both domestic and international marketing. I'm not sure about the professional background of our dear audience today. In order to let you have a better understanding of the whole context of this story, I will need to take about 10 minutes to explain the basic knowledge background of mobile robot technology. The content I'm going to present can be divided into 3 parts. The first part is about HV and AMR, and the second part is practical experience. Hey, hello. The second part is our practical experience of mobile robots. And the third part is the story of ARSK2, the disinfection robot. So what is a mobile robot? Whatever AGV or AMR, in a simple term, the most basic function of AMR is a mobile platform that can reach the designated location and navigate through its own computer power and the sensor systems. Those destinations I found them from the web page. Yeah.
Hello, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
I think your PowerPoint is not in the full screen mode yet.
Okay, sorry. Let me hear. What about now?
Yes, correct. That's the correct. Okay, you may carry on. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The source definition is I found from the web page. Is a standard definition, but one thing is for sure, I cannot judge the correctness. But if we evaluate or categorize a mobile robot strictly according to this definition, I'm sure there's no real AMR in the marketing so far. Usually we call the LiDAR, laser radar navigation robot, as AMR. Yeah. Here I would like to briefly introduce the working principle and technical characters of AMR. In general, there are a lot of methods to realize autonomous movement of robots, and those methods have its own advantage and disadvantage. But no matter which navigation method is adopted, the robot has to solve 3 problems. The first one is where is the robot, and where it should go, and how to get there. The first 2 questions will be crucial. Take laser navigation as an example. You can see here. The positioning and the navigation system is mainly composed of the 3 components. Maybe 2 components. The first one is the laser radar. The function of LiDAR is to establish the map of the site and also positioning and avoid obstacles when the robot is moving. And another one system is a speedometer. Pardon? Okay. The speedometer is used to measure the motion trail of the robot's movement. It can be divided into two parts. Yeah. Yes, please.
Oh no, Guo Hao, you may continue. I think there's some interference. It's okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. The driving video encoder is a module built in the driving video motor to record how many turns the robot driving video makes. And so the system can measure the distance, how long the robot moves. And the gyroscope is to record the robot's posture. If the robot turns left, the gyroscope will record a signal of tilting to right. Those two modules generate countless signal per minute and send them to the IPC. IPC is the information process center for the robot. There is an important navigation and position algorithm. Youibot is our own navigation algorithm. Okay. Can you hear me clearly, please?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Your slides. Are you still at the your slides? We are still seeing the AGV slide.
Yes.
Yeah. It's the automatic guide vehicle page. Is that all right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Still at this page.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. You may go carry on.
Okay. Yeah, we just introduced the Youibot. Is our core algorithm for the robot positioning and navigation. It will help the robot to answer three questions: where it is and where it to go, and how to bypass the barrier, and how is the environment. Generally, we can divide the navigation technology in three generations. The first generation is the magnetic type and sports. Of this navigation method requires modification of the environment. For example, to put some sports or to put some marks on the floor. It's very cheap and it's very stable, but it's not flexible. So the second generation, the most important thing is make the navigation method more flexible when the requirement of usage change. We need to change the navigation path very flexibly. And this one, the lateral navigation, is means laser radar. It's our main technology. It's the main area currently our company focus on. At present, we only make effort on two navigation methods: QR code and laser slam navigation. Among those traditional navigation modes, the advantage of QR code navigation method is it requires the lowest degree of the environmental transformation, and its accuracy is very high, within 0.5 centimeters. And this light navigation is a mature navigation technology that can be used without any other facility in the environment. And its repeat accuracy can be controlled within 1 centimeter. Currently, the most popular concept of mobile robots is the lateral 3D virtual navigation. But I'm sure it uses artificial intelligence vision technology, and it requires a strong computing ability. So the stability and the reliability of this technology is horrible. Yeah. I would like to briefly introduce the Youibot because last month my colleague Amber already introduced our company information very particularly. So today I will not spend too much time on the induction of Youibot. This is our customer reference. Most of applied please 1 moment. Yeah, our clients come from multiple industries such as semiconductor, aviation, or smelting plant, thermal power plant, and even archive management, warehouse automation, and so on. The application scenario and technology requirements are very different in each company. So as early as 2018, we had a clear sight of how well marketing developed. The feature such as easy to use, modular design, and customer orientation will be crucial for business to succeed. So we defined 3 ideal standards that we expect our robotic system to achieve. The first one is easy of use. We believe robots should not be a complicated system. Its interface must be easy to understand, which allows operators spend minimum level of learning course to master of it. And modular design. The robot should be able to easily maintain and repaired. It must be upgradable. At the beginning of the design of necessary software API port and hardware accession interface to be fully configured and prepared, such as power supply interface, RS485 port, and other communication interface. We firmly believe that the robot should have reached expansion capacity, such as integrate with robotic arm and virtual sensor and so on. So our robot can be flexible to meet clients' changing and diverse demands. The third is customer orientation. Most of application scenarios, manufacturing plants, stability and safety should be our primary consideration. Actually, the technological of mobile robots every day, except the navigation device. Every year, we will invest certain level of R&D resource on new technology, but only adopt the most mature and stable and cost-effective solution for our clients. We believe a good solution is consists of technical strength and comprehensive pre-sales and after-sales service. We built 3 basic AMR robot platforms, Trans, Kogi, and KT. Trans has a strong bearing capacity and expansion ability. The overall height is only about 20 centimeters, and payload is up to 1,000 kilograms. And it has independent suspension system designed for the semiconductor industry. And Kogi have excellent passability. The width of Kogi is only about 15 centimeters. So the Kogi is able to pass through most of the door at a large space in the indoor environment. This chassis was originally designed for the power plant inspection project, and our K2 disinfecting robot is also based on this platform. Its payload should be within 100 kilograms. And KTS, our new innovation designed for the outdoor environment. You can see it's a huge drum wheel, which enables it to keep stable passability in relatively complex and uneven or rough concrete floor. But the core of robot system must be the software. This is the structure chart of our robot software system. Youibot, just mentioned, is the positioning and algorithm, positioning and navigation. Based on it, is our Youibot Robotics system. It's the task scheduling system of robot. It's monitoring every robot's running state and schedule multiple robots at the same time. Our top is the TMS logistic management system. It's designed for the real operation scenario, for example, in a power plants or in a manufacturing plants. However, our Youibot robotic collaborative system can directly to connect with customers WS, CSS, or other management. In the past 3 years, we already delivered more than 50 robotics solutions to our clients successfully. Our business scope can be divided into two parts, intelligent manufacturing and intelligent inspection and maintenance. There are two use cases of the intelligent manufacturing. You can see we have a comprehensive product line for the manufacturing plants from stock warehouse to the product warehouse. The whole process we can fully automate it. The two use cases of intelligent manufacturing, Yuchen Machine, the biggest engine manufacturer company in China. We have fully automated the in-house logistic process and significantly improved the whole work efficiency. Another one is a world-leading company, AMS, in electronics industry. We provide a comprehensive solution to the workshop and reduce about 10% of total labor cost last year. We also have been delivering 1,000 of intelligent inspection and maintenance projects to some state-owned utility company in China. The robotic family of the inspection and maintenance was thrived just within 1 year. The robot family, they are doing dangerous manipulation and stay at extremely threatening environment for humans. In the ore smelter, yeah, there is a video. This robot was designed for the warehouse automation. It's a inventory check. This one is to be within all smelting plant. The temperature of the smelting furnace to be more than 2,000 degrees. So, and sometimes it releases the toxic gas, and it is dangerous for humans. But for robots, it is okay. Yeah, this one, I want to mention this one because it's a really innovative robotic solution. And you can see the two sides. This is a high voltage intensive cabinet. Any wrong operation may cause those high voltage cabinet to explode. And the administrator of a power plant even don't need to call ambulance for the operating human employee when the disaster occurs, because the temperature, the power of those cabinet could be melt everything. In January of this year, as you know, the situation in China mainland has changed dramatically. the number of people who diagnosed with the new coronavirus is increasing every day, and it was significantly increased. And the government even issued a warning to restrict traveling. But in that time, our people's confidence is particularly strong. I remember that we have never so united before. Perhaps because of people during a hard time, they will cherish family, friends, and relatives more. Even my ex-girlfriend, who don't contact me in the past 5 years, he also sent me a message and wish everything goes well. I was in touch. On the other side, Youibot Robotics is a startup company. The average age of our colleagues is about 20. This could be the core of our creativity and execution ability. Everyone was enthusiastic and want to do something to fight against this disaster. Around the end of January, we have received a lot of emails from our clients asking if we can consider to launch a robotic solution for disinfect and antivirus, and showed us some. At that time, several of our projects was suspended due to the. So we had to build R&D resource. At that time, some service robot company also has introduced the disinfection robot, which modified from floor mounting and they mostly adopt the mist spray solution. But those solution is obviously not what customers are. The worst of epidemic, the supply chain of many industry was broken, and the robot use sprays sterilization solution could not work without solvent such as hydrogen peroxide and medical alcohol. Those solvents was difficult to obtain in a machine. The UV lamp does not have this. If there is electricity, the UV lamp can work and can be used to disinfection. But the UV lamp is a high-powered device. Not all service robot chassis can carry it due to this small battery and limited payload. So we decided to build a UV disinfection robot. After a short online meeting with relevant teams and our management teams.
Hi, Guo Hao.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. You have 5 more minutes for your presentation. Just to inform you. Thank you.
Yeah. I will take my time. After a short meeting with all relevant teams, we propose a basic design standard of this new robot. This system consists of three parts: UV light tower, and optional body temperature camera, and mobile robot base. This disinfect robot has 2 working models. It can be used for body temperature monitoring during time and UV disinfect at night time. This can maximize its utilization, and there were no clear signs to estimate how long the epidemic will last and how much selective part it will. So our equipment selection should be based on only because it is relative safe and most efficiency solution. Since we already have the ready-made high-power robot chassis, we can do the design, machine, and the test of the first prototype in less than 15 days. Produce a few, about 5 sets of robots and send them to the most dangerous place. For example, the hospital. And Wuhan third people's hospital and North home. Many suddenly our robot was reported and praised by many world-class media such as BBC. And so robot is almost impossible to be a independent product. It is a solution that consists of technology, technical support, and robotic system. From this, we a standard to select our distributor. Although our robot have a very easy in the system, it does not mean the maintenance and the repair can be done. Our distributor has at least engineer team, and we will provide all necessary technical support remotely. Up to the present situation, we have established a cooperative relationship with partners from more than 20 countries. I have received order for 100 robots. The order expect to be delivered. We have also established and expanding overseas service team with about 15 people. As order increase, the team will continue to expand. During this time, we will regularly review with our distributors, understand the idea and suggestion to obtain the excellent design of the same product from the marketing. RSK2 is our fourth generation product we designed. It was designed based on the disruption of the supply chain. So at that time, due to a lot of reasons, we didn't try to achieve a higher possible. So we proposed the next generation of RSK2. Its name is RSK2 Plus. And this product should be finished within 2 months. Now that all of the entire supply chain has gradually recovered, protection against new coronavirus may become a part of our life. UV disinfection robot and temperature monitoring instruments will become a very important means to help our life. So our next generation of UV robots have been put on agenda. We have a basic idea about next generation of this disinfection robot. This time we have longer time to design and push it. So we will set a higher standard. For example, the hardware design is for current chassis size. The battery is expected to be double, and the power of the UV light can be increased to 6 times, and the battery life will not change. So because we have 100% copyright of our robot, so the price of the upgraded version of this killing robot will not be changed too much. And our next generation robot will be supplied to our existing partner first. And this is all I want to share today. I want to keep the conclusion open as it is. We have not reached milestone where we can summarize what we have done is right, what we have done is wrong. I also want to, all of you can make a conclusion by yourself. You can think we were just lucky when the epidemic come in. We happened to have enough technical reserve and ready-made platform to develop this antivirus robot. You can also understand that as this group crazy young people are driven by the innovative spirit during the epidemic. They work 12 to 16 hours a day. I hope to truly transport the technology into a product that can serve all mankind. As our company suggests, you, I, robot, we are a family. Yeah, thank you guys.
Okay. Thank you, Guo Hao, for your presentations.
Yeah. Sorry, I take too much of your time.
Yeah, it's
So
okay.
we
No
have
problem.
a Q&A or just you can contact me by the email address.
Okay. Please stay back.
Because I'm
Later,
really sorry to Martin. Yeah.
no problem. 4 p.m. we will have our Q&A sessions. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. So next, I'd like to welcome Martin and experts from HMS to share about their wireless boat technologies, okay, which help to reduce the number of physical cable needed and it's helpful especially in big factories where point-to-point communication is far apart. Hi, Martin. You may take over
Hi,
now.
hi.
Yes.
Okay, I will fire off.
Okay, great.
So, can you see my presentation now?
Yes.
Full screen?
Yes,
Perfect.
exactly. Perfect.
Okay, so thank you very much for inviting me to do this presentation. I'm Martin Falkman, working at HMS head office, and I'm product manager for our wireless products, some of our wireless products. First, a short word about HMS as a company. We are headquartered in Sweden, in Europe, and that's where I'm working. So I'm sitting in Sweden now in my home office. Hope you can see me okay, and sound is okay. And we have a local presence in all big industrialized areas of the planet. So we are in Europe, in Americas, Middle East, and Southeast Asia, and China and Japan as well, with own offices and lots of distributors and partners all around the world as well. So today I will present the Anybus wireless solution, which consists of wireless access points for infrastructure. We have a wireless bridge for machine and cable replacement, and we have the wireless bolt also for machine and robotic communication. So I will do some user stories first and present what our customers do with the product. And first out is a application with NBP Automation. It's a company that make a robot for a soda can assembly. So putting the different, I will start pointer. So a soda can needs to be assembled in different steps, and this assembly robot will use different tools to make the different tasks of the soda can assembly. So it's assembling the soda cans and also palletizing the soda cans. And it uses 4 detachable tools that is used depending on which type of operation the robot is doing. And also in this case, for this application, NPB Automation selected Bluetooth for the wireless communication. So the next slide is describing the setup. So we have the robot here and 2 different working areas. And depending on what the task is, the robot will use different tools. So in this case, tool number 1 is mounted on the robot, and he will perform some tasks and then switch to tool number 2 and perform other tasks. And the important thing here is that the tool needs communication, So power supply is fairly easy to do with slip rings and cable chains, but communication is better with wireless because there is no tear and wear on the slip rings or the cable chains, and it's also cheaper to do the communication wireless than to do it with, for example, slip rings. The reason for selecting Bluetooth is it has superior tolerance to disturbance. And in this case, we are using the Bluetooth PANU. It means basically a slave-to-slave communication, which is point-to-point only. And the different tools are all pre-paired. So tool number 1, 2, 3, and 4 all pair with the robot. And when the power is applied, it will automatically connect when the tool is used and the power is applied. So this is connecting to Bluetooth name. It's maybe comparable to a Wi-Fi SSID. And this means actually we can also have several robots. And in the application now, they are using 2 robots. They coexist in the same cell, and they also share the same tools. So the 2 robots can pick which tool they want and will start communicate automatically when the power is applied to the tool. So this is a very interesting robotic application. Another application is Infuser. They got a disinfection robot, and it's a disinfection by using ozone. So it's emitting ozone gas in a closed room, and the communication with the ozone robot is with the wireless bolt to their control system outside of the sealed room where the gas is. They call it the SteriSafe product. On our website, we have a full case story listing. So it's possible to use this link to click and see a PDF and movies and other things. Another application is the company 1080 Motion. This company is doing equipment to measure the top athletes' performance. So we see this little red wire here. It's attached to some measuring device. And to communicate and analyze what the athletes are doing, they are using the wireless bridge to connect with Wi-Fi and transfer to their control system to log the data and to analyze the data. Also a very interesting application. Another robotic application is CNC machine tooling. So this is a CNC machine, so it's for metal boring and grinding. And the German company EWS, they make the tools that are fitted on the rotating spindle here. And EWS, they know that they want to get the data from the tools here. So they want to have battery operated sensors that measure, for example, temperature and velocity and acceleration and these kind of things. And inside this metal cabinet, it's surrounded by metal. So it's a closed environment with cooling liquids and so on. But they have these battery operated sensors that are watertight and can operate in this environment. And all of them produce measuring data that is gathered by the wireless bolt. And it's used communication for Bluetooth low energy, which makes it very stable for battery operated sensors. They can operate for a very long time. So the wireless bolt is used as a data concentrator, and then it will transfer with Ethernet TCP IP to their control PC, and it will communicate up to Microsoft Azure for analysis and so on. So looking more at the details, this implementation has up to 36 sensors. So one bolt can communicate up to 36 sensors in this application. And the sensors work as Bluetooth low energy peripherals, and the bolt will work as a Bluetooth low energy central. So there are 2 different kinds of communication. The first step is that the sensor advertises data on a regular basis, so 1 package every second. And the bolt will collect this advertised data and send it out to the TCP IP connection and the analyzing software. And then in step 2, a scan response is done. So connect, communicate, and disconnect. And this is kind of if you want to, if the analyzing software wants to go deeper into every sensor, it's a connection and a communication and then a disconnection. So this is acyclic communication to get more parameters of the desired devices. All right. Now I have a video here, and this is a SoftTech case story. So it's a short minute video. So let's have a look at that one.
The Swedish bakery Östras Bröd in Halmstad has been baking bread since 1899. But just because you have long traditions doesn't mean that you can't use new technology. The bakery's brand new baking machine has a state-of-the-art controlling system built on Siemens controls and wireless technology from HMS Industrial Networks. The machine builder is Austrian SoftTech, who specializes in innovative automation solutions for bakeries.
SoftTech manufactures machinery for the food processing industry, mainly for bakeries. That's about 95% of our core business. And we're doing raw material handling, so from powder or liquid to dough.
These big stainless steel containers will soon be churning out dough for delicious bread. When operating, the machine is slowly turning around like a carousel, which makes the use of cables cumbersome. Also, the controlling cabinet is on the other side of the room, which complicates wiring even further. To solve this issue, SoftTech installed the Anybus wireless bolt solution from HMS. The Anybus wireless bolt establishes a very reliable wireless connection via Bluetooth or wireless LAN for up to 100 meters. The top part is screwed onto the exterior, while the bottom is on the inside connecting to the machine. In the case of SoftTech's baking machine, the wireless bolt is used as a cable replacement from the machine to the main controlling cabinet on the other side of the room. Inside the cabinet, we find the Siemens S7-1200 that controls the machine, and also the HMI screen where the operators can control and manage the baking machine. Since it is a Siemens-based control system, the communication is handled using Profinet. Bluetooth is the preferred choice for point-to-point I/O communication via Profinet, so that was also what SoftTech used. The I/O cycle time was set to 64 milliseconds. Also, Bluetooth was a good choice for the busy environment in the bakery with lots of stainless steel to reflect radio waves.
What was the alternative to using wireless communication?
Using a slip ring, which is much more expensive, and well, everything that moves and turns wears down after a while, so we actually went for a wireless solution that does not need any maintenance.
Soon, the new baking machine will be making bread for the citizens of southern Sweden. And SoftTech has found a wireless solution that they can definitely rely on in their future installations around the world.
It was pretty much plug and play. We got a little help from HMS, and they walked us through the process. It was easy. We saved a lot of money, and we actually did not have to run a single cable.
All right, so that was the SoftTech application, which is a very nice application using the wireless bolt with cyclic data on Profinet and Siemens equipment. So the full story can be viewed on the web of HMS, and also the video can be seen again there if you like that. There is also the PDF about this story. So this is how it goes. We have the rotating part and the fixed part, and then the bolt is connected with power and Ethernet. Another very common application for wireless communication is automated guided vehicles, or AGVs, presented earlier by your colleague. And the important here is that we have a secure and stable data availability on the moving objects. And wireless LAN or Bluetooth is used here, and to optimize the performance, robustness, and coexistence. Also, using wireless for security, safety, and availability is very important. Secure and safe operation is achieved by avoiding human proximity. For example, if you have a cage around the robot, and if the third-party supplier needs to get inside the cage to do some maintenance or reprogramming, this is not safe. So by using the wireless, you can stand outside of the cage without locking up the doors and go in with wireless to achieve reprogramming or diagnostics of the equipment. So no opening of safety grids, third-party suppliers access is possible without the mechanical system intervention, so locking on doors or opening grids and so on. So this is very important that wireless enables this safe communication. And we have more user stories on our website, so please go in there if you like and see for the rest of the products. So now some more details about the bolt and the bridge. So we look at the two different products here. We have the bridge to the left and the bolt to the right. So the bridge is capable of both Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and both of them are, both the bolt and the bridge. So the bridge is mounted on screws with screws on a flat surface or using a DIN rail, and it has M12 connectors for power and Ethernet. And actually what you see is the biggest difference. It's the mounting of the products that differs, the physical hardware. So the wireless bolt is screwed onto a machine like a bolt, and this is ideal for machine mounting. And it's available with two different connectors, either RJ45 or this 18-pin terminal. We also have serial on the bolt, so Ethernet or serial, depending on different versions. And important is that they work perfectly together, these two products. So you can have one bolt communicating to one bridge, or you can even make a network of several products, up to 7 clients and one access point. So it's this kind of star network. If we go more into the details, we look at the wireless bridge. This one has a better built-in antenna. So it has up to 400 meters free line of sight communication, whereas the bolt is a little less performing on the antenna side, so 100 meters. The protection class IP65 for the bridge, and for the bolt we have IP66 and 67, and it's also classified for outdoor usage by UL NEMA 4X. And inside the bottom part here is IP21. So the wired interfaces on the bridge is Ethernet. So we have 2 pieces of M12, one for Ethernet and one for power. And on the bridge, the Ethernet and the serial is on the 18-pole connector, and the RJ45 is with power over Ethernet, and also 3-pin power on that version. So power over Ethernet or the separate power terminal can go in parallel. So it's also a robust redundance solution. And like I said, the mounting is the biggest difference. So either screwing on a flat surface or DIN rail, or an M50 hole for the wireless bolt. And configuration is fairly similar, only that the bridge has a push button as well. So we have an internal web page, 80 commands, or the push button, which is missing on the wireless bolt. We have LED indicators, also on the RJ45, but the 18-pin does not have any, and no button. So 3 times internal antennas for the bridge, which makes it more powerful concerning the radio emission. This also gives MIMO connection, which means 2 antennas work together to make a better reception. So basically, summarizing the use cases, we have the cable replacement scenario. So we have an Ethernet cable here. We want to make a bridge, and then we can connect 2 different bridges or 2 different bolts, or 1 bridge and 1 bolt, and make a connection like that. Also, the bolt could be a serial connection here with RS232 or RS485. Possibly this will also come on the bridge platform in the near future. And it's possible to make a network, so like a wireless access point up to 7 clients. So this is a kind of micro access point. It's not the full-blown infrastructure access point, but good for machine access. So if you want to connect with your phone to a machine or a robot, for example, it's possible to use the bridge or the bolt for that. So summarizing the different use cases, we have the cable replacement. We talked about that. Make your machine connect to a local Wi-Fi, or replace a cable to a control panel or HMI with a wireless connection, like this guy is doing here, talking to control equipment with his tablet. Bring your own device is what we look here, a phone or a tablet. And then connecting wireless sensors. We talked about these EWS application that you saw before, to make wireless sensors talk to a bolt that connects the data up to a supervising system. Okay, so this is the wireless bolt, and I think you saw already the video how to connect.
Just as the name suggests, you attached
So
a
we
product
don't
like
need to look at that again. This is how to connect the bottom. We saw that on the earlier video. Different versions. We have Ethernet with 18-pin connection. We have black and white. So white is good for outdoor usage. So the IR temperature rise is not so high. And we have the RJ45 connection. And we also have a serial version with RS232 and 485. So the white one, we also call it the sunbolt, so it can be placed in sunlight without having too high temperature rise. Going into the bridge, this is the second generation. And as you can see, we have the status LEDs, we have the power connector M12 and an Ethernet connector M12, the push button for configuration, and link quality LEDs. So you can see how good is the link quality. I forgot to say earlier, both of the bolt and the bridge can do wireless LAN 2.4 and 5 gigahertz, and Bluetooth low energy and Bluetooth classic. So both of them have the same radio chip available. The bridge also comes in a kit with 2 bridges to make a wireless cable. So this is the kit to make the wireless cable, and it contains the cables with open leads, click RJ45 connectors, so you can click it on the open leads, 2 bolts or 2 bridges to make a bridge basically. And this is how the setup is made with the cable kit. So we use the cords for the power and for the Ethernet through the cable glands into a cabinet, and then the click mount RJ45 goes on and the power goes on to the power terminals inside the cabinet. So the cable glands are not included in the box, but this is what you desire in your application. And inside the box we have IP21, outside we have IP65. So this is good for harsh industrial environments. And this is a simple short video describing how to do the connection.
In this demo, we will show how to set up a wireless connection in an industrial Ethernet network using the Anybus Wireless Bridge 2. The wireless connection can be up to 400 meters in range and communicate via Bluetooth or wireless LAN. I can set up the connection in several ways. The fastest way is to use the mode button. To show how this works, I've hooked up 2 wireless bridges to power and Ethernet using the M12 connectors. I power up the modules and can see that the LEDs light up. On the first module, I press the mode button until the C LED is lit and then hold it for 2 seconds to confirm. This means that this unit should go into a mode called Await Automatic Discovery and Configuration. A list of all easy config modes and their pressing sequences can be found in the manual. On the second unit, I press the mode button until the B and C LED is lit, and then confirm by pressing for at least 2 seconds. This means that the wireless bridge should discover awaiting units and then configure them as Bluetooth clients. A wireless link is now being established, and different security and integrity parameters are being exchanged between the 2 units. This usually takes a minute or 2, so we'll jump ahead a bit, and we can see that a wireless link is now established. the LEDs display that we're using Bluetooth, and that we have full link quality. If we want to establish a connection.
So that's about connecting the device using the buttons, and you can choose Bluetooth or you can use Wi-Fi, and depending on what button sequence is entered. And the easy config modes are also available in the Bolt, only the button is not there, so it has to be enabled with AT commands or using the web page to start the pairing process with the easy config. So that's also a very simple configuration. We have two different part numbers, one with the internal antennas, 3 different internal antennas, and one with the external antenna. And we always recommend using the internal antennas because that has better coverage and also the MIMO function with diversity antennas instead of only one single antenna, which is external. So that was my presentation, and thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed it, and now we are open for questions.
Hi, thank you, Martin, for your presentations.
Thank you.
So finally, it's time for Q&A. If anyone has questions, please type inside the chat room, and our presenters will be welcome to answer your questions. So let's see if there's any questions from the audience. Okay. Looks like there is no questions from the audience. So, okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to an end of our webinar. Thank you very much for your participants. I'd like to thank you all speakers as well for your presentations. Okay, thank you, Martin, for your time.
Thank you.
And I hope everyone enjoyed the programs. If anyone has any further questions or inquiry, to emails directly to us, and we will approach to you individually. So thank you, and see you on our next webinar. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.